If you're having foot or ankle problems or toe pain even, one of the exercises that we want to do is start to get those toes to space out a little bit more. So first we want to encourage you to be barefoot if you can tolerate it. It's nice to have your feet spread out. In traditional shoes, our feet get squished in. Now there are certain brands of shoe that make a wider toe box that allows for that. But if you've been in tight shoes your whole life, it's gonna be hard to get those things to spread out a little bit. So what we wanna do is we wanna just be barefoot completely. We wanna take your sock off and we wanna start to spread those toes out. So if we can, we wanna get our fingers in between each toe, kind of as if we're locking our fingers together. And now that I have my fingers between each toe, I can move that foot around. I can flex and extend that foot, shift it up and down, do some nice circling and rotating. And you might find that there's a lot of little tension in between those toes, in between those bones in the midfoot that can get loosened up like this. We want to be able to get space between our toes. You should be able to flare your toes out and spread them, right? If you haven't practiced, if you haven't done it before, you might find that your toes are very stuck together, right? But they naturally should spread out a little bit. Think about the way a child's foot is, right? Before they start wearing shoes traditionally, their toes spread out and they're wider at the toe part of their foot than they are at the midfoot. Traditional shoes kind of make it that our toes get pinched down. So we want to reanimate our toes. We call this a toe reanimator, and we're just kind of using our fingers as spacers, spreading out those toes and starting to get some motion in there. It might be really stiff at first, but eventually it should be comfortable. It should loosen up. You're in control here. Do what you can do. If you can't do all the toes, maybe do a finger or two in between a toe at a time and work on individual spaces, but eventually you should be able to get your fingers between all those toes and move that foot through a full range of motion.